All right, ladies and gentlemen, dear trader friends, welcome to another series of Trader Friends interviews. And today I have one of our veterans of Trader Friends, one of our first members that I started to work with. And I can remember back in the days, Angelina, you was like one of our first students, and you were very excited on leaving everything behind and entering the trading space. So first of all, I want to congratulate you on your, I think it was your best trading day that you said. Is it correct?
Yes, you're right.
That's perfect. First thing that people want to know is obviously, okay, so what this is all about. What does it mean, best trading day? How much did you actually make in that one trading day or week? If you could just reveal something.
Yes, hi again. Actually, the best trading day means for me that I made the biggest amount of money in one day. And this time it was about 20,000 euros. And I will show later the screen sharing with my results, but I mostly will show the weekly results. Basically, in 2 weeks since 2nd of February, today is 16, I guess, I made about, I guess, 41,000 euros
Oh my God.
with initial investment 10,000.
Uh, That is completely insane. That is incredible. So you took 10,000 euros of your own money, you invested it in a trading account, and then you turned that 10,000 euros into how much? 41,000?
41 was profit, so it became 51
Oh my
with
God,
initial investment.
51,000 euros. And I remember how it all started. I even still have an interview of you where we sat in the car in Berlin, Germany. I don't remember how many years it was, but I think it was like 5 years or 6 years ago, something like that.
Yeah,
And
exactly. It was like that.
yeah,
And I
you
was just
remember how
started.
much? Yeah, you remember how much you did there?
It was, I guess, first maybe it was 2,500, or maybe
Yeah.
it was already another interview when in some months I made more money. But I guess it was like the first
Yeah.
interview was about 2,500
Yes,
euros.
it was something like that. It was like 3,000 euros. So
Yeah.
it is pretty insane. But what people also want to know is how you actually did it. Like, what is the secret sauce? Like, did you learn a strategy? Did you like try it on your own? So, what can you tell about the approach? How you actually turned that 10,000 into 51,000 euros?
So the main thing is that I'm trading gold all this time since I started. At the beginning, it was completely crazy because gold is so volatile. You can't really predict what is going on. Sometimes there are spikes which you're not ready for. So it's pretty stressful. And during this 5 years, I was trading mostly gold. I didn't really trade many other currency pairs. So I really know how gold can behave. And that's experience helped me to do these results now. And the main thing is I do follow the strategy which we are teaching, Heikin Ketsui strategy. And this is the basic thing. And I do trade mostly on higher time frames, meaning H4 daily, weekly. So I analyze all these time frames. And also I look at the idea that there is specific time where is gold behaving differently. For example, when New York session is opened like at I think 2:30 set, so we have different behavior of gold, and then after that in 1 hour when new H4 candle forms, it also some movements you can see on gold. And also of course it depends on the news of some specific news which is happening.
Okay,
I don't
perfect.
really follow the news so much. Mostly I do just technical analysis and just check all these time frames. And another thing, okay, I do the analysis on these time frames, but I do stock trading as well. So if I see the movement started, so I can add some additional trades. So because the movement is going, so I do this stock trading, I guess it calls. So yeah, this is the idea of mine trading. But the main thing, you have to be sure what you are doing, so you can add more trades and close them. So you really follow the trades when you started to do that. So yeah, this is the main thing. The second thing is emotional stability, but it's another thing which you develop during these years of trading.
Okay, thank you very much for your insights. This was quite interesting. So you do have like a strategic approach. So you use the Heiken Katsui system, you said, and you
Mm-hmm.
also use the strategy in combination with adding volume. If I understood it right, that you add volume to your specific directional bias. So if you trade in one certain direction, then you add trades to
Mm-hmm.
that in
Yes,
order to increase your risk, like, but you do it in a controlled way, right? So you know what
yes.
you're doing. At what factors are you looking at what parameters are you looking to determine, okay, this is enough and this is too much? Like, when do you know it?
First of all, I put a couple of trades because usually when you open the trade and you see like, okay, the movement will turn next days or something, you still need to wait to specific moment when this momentum will start to form. So you can't really open 10 positions at the same spot. It doesn't make sense. So I open one or two trades, and when I see the momentum starts, okay, I can put more trades. And then I control these risks, the lot sizes, checking the margin level in percentage. So
Mhm.
it usually needs to be higher than 1000 at least for gold, of course, and even more, it's better. And then you see your first trades are already in profit. Then you can probably add some more trades, but you have to check the entrance point maybe on lower time frames. So I kind of combine then um, swing trading and day trading.
Mm, that's very interesting. So you do stick to the strategic approach, but also add multiple time frames to your analysis. So for the higher time frames, that's more what you are using for the directional bias, where you want to
Mm-hmm.
go or where you expect the market to go. And
Mm-hmm.
for the lower time frames, you use it more for the entries, or how?
Uh, so yes, I open the trades on the higher time frames, and then for the lower time frames, I just see the entrance, which shows me the same direction as a
Hmm.
main movement. That's it, and then I go out. For example, I can actually show probably
Yes.
maybe on the chart what I did. It would be easier. Can I screen share? No, not yet.
Let me.
Can maybe you open the gold chart? I okay.
You can, yeah.
Okay, now I can do that.
But do you also trade on your smartphone, or do you?
Yes,
Yes, you do that. Okay.
I mostly do it on my smartphone, and yeah, that's easy for me. And again, just one pair, just one instrument. In my case, it's gold, because if I would have at least two or three different currency pairs, and then I have to analyze 5 time frames, I cannot do it. I mean, it's too much attention to everything.
Okay, so you always stick to gold, and that is your go-to. That is your way to actually trade. Like, you just stick to this gold pair, yeah.
Yes, most of the time, yes. And that's why I don't really trade every day. That's why I can choose the specific time when I can trade. But sometimes when I wait for the movement on gold and then it finally comes, then of course I'm busy for maybe 1, 2 weeks.
Mm. Okay, that
Uh,
is interesting. So
so
okay,
yeah,
we are looking at the chart right now. Can you maybe a little explain a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. So, for example, I was waiting for the entrance, as I said, on H4. So we have like specific indicator which shows us that the movement will turn soon. So I entered here first time. For example, maybe I didn't enter like on the red candle, of course. Maybe I enter on the second candle here or the third one. So I still need to wait a bit until this movement starts.
Okay, so this is on the H4 time frame, and this is where you start to position yourself. You don't want to start positioning yourself on lower time frames. So you really always do it on the higher time frames. And why on the higher? Because it's dangerous, or why?
Because it's very dangerous. And of course, if you have direction, for example, on daily, and also I've seen that on daily, it's going to be, it's going to be new direction soon, which had happened.
Yes.
So it was exactly here. So we've seen indecision candle on daily as well. And I've seen on H4, the entrance point, so third level and indecision. So I opened positions. But the thing is, I opened just one position at the beginning and was checking how it goes, because when you open the position and you go in exactly here, then when the red candle starts, first it go up to form the tail, this stick, and then it goes to do the body. So that's why we see this spikes up. For example, we and a lot of people are afraid, oh, the trade goes wrong way, so they close everything. But actually it's just the moment when this candle forms, so it needs to go, and then it goes down, and then it's again going up. But yeah, people also are getting scared when it goes up back, and they close positions here too early probably, and then they're in the middle of the way and they don't know what to do.
So the strategy really gives you the confidence that you know that you are in the right direction, because those candles are different. They are not candlesticks, right?
Yes.
It's Japanese candlesticks, which is also the strategy is based on those sticks. But what you talked about this spike up, this is usual that the market is grabbing liquidity first on the other side in order to go back to the new targets, which are on the lower end. So it's like also called a liquidity sweep. A lot of traders refers as a liquidity sweep. And you notice it that the market likes to do that, yeah.
Yes, and also the same happened right before American session opens. So we see like 15th minute before that something goes another direction really fast, and then it turns direction according to the trend. And then between this time when American session opens and new H4 opens, like because American session opens somewhere here, and then to form a new candle H4, the price should go up, and then it goes again down. So also this moment, that's why it's very volatile, and it's pretty dangerous to trade in this specific time to enter and open multiple trades at this moment. That's why my strategy with multiple trades, it's mostly before an American session started or when a new H4 opens.
Okay, is it, you say it's dangerous to open during the session when the session starts, like New York session, because because the spread is so high, the slippage, because of what? Like
because of the movement. When American session starts, it's almost the ending of H4 candle. So to finish forming H4, the price should go up, for example, and then it opens new one, and then it goes down again. That's why we see this movement really fast, because it dropped right before probably the American session or something close to it, and then it's really fast going up, and then again it's going down. And in this moment, you can't really predict what happened. That's what happened with me on this my best day, because the day before, I didn't close the trades with a profit 5,000, and in the morning it was already in minus. And right before American session opens, it was minus 4K. And then in couple of minutes, there was a drop after it opened. And in next hour, I made almost 15K, and then it started to drop more and more and more.
So that is amazing, like to hear. How do you protect yourself against this volatility if it starts to go crazy? Like, do you have hedges in place? Do you use stop losses? What do you use to protect yourself or your account?
The first and main thing is risk management. I'm trying to reduce the number of trades and lot sizes right before the American session. When I see it already goes, and if it goes in profit, then okay, I can add more trades and more lot sizes. And also, I use hedge trading, of course, but sometimes it happens on these spikes when you put hedge too close, and then it activates, and then it really goes down very fast. And then you have your main trade in profit, but you also have your hedge trade activated, and it goes in minus. And I had some trades closed like that because I was not so fast to close it, and the hedge trade was too close to the point.
So especially if you see like the market is sweeping liquidity and then you see it pushes back, then you usually like close, like you monitor the trades, and then you like to close the hedge and put a new one above, or what do you do?
Yes, that's what I do. Yes, I do close, and I always have the hedge trade as a pending order.
Okay, but do you have one hedge trade or do you have multiple ones also?
I have multiple ones.
And how do you put them? Like, do you put them above the high, put them in a cascade, higher, higher, higher? How do you do it?
Yes, I put them in cascade, as you're right.
Okay, and so you have like a grid.
Yes.
Like a grid, like a net, right? A grid up, and you have grids down.
Yes.
You see, this is a very interesting approach.
And the thing is, okay, I see the momentum is going, and then I can open, for example, M15 and catch the same entrance. I mean, it's not the same position what I'm showing, but I mean the trend was down, so I have to find the entrance point on M15 when I will go down as well.
Interesting, very interesting.
So that's why I can put like short trades on the same direction and close them on another third level. So if it's going up, I open here and close here.
So I how long?
Correction on higher time frames, but for lower time frames, it's changing the direction. So I don't need to waste this time. So I just close this profits.
Okay, so how long usually you are stuck in trades? Like, what is it, like your average, would you say, how long you keep your trades? Is it always different, or does it, like, on what does it depend, and how long do you let these trades run?
For example, on this time frame, first of all, I open it according H4. So where is the line? This is a line. And I start here, for example, and then I close the trade right here because I see indecision, and then I closed main part of the positions, maybe 80%.
Okay, so why didn't you close before that indecision that you see? Yes, this one.
Because for me, it's not really enough movement. I mean, enough, it's just 4 hours. And I analyze H4 daily and weekly. So on daily, I also saw that there was indecision, and here.
Yes. Okay, can see
So
it.
yeah,
Yes,
indecision and
this one.
the momentum. Okay, indecision candle. So that's the thing. I closed big part of my positions at this point, and then I know that it's the movement is not finished yet. There is no third level on the bottom yet, but I realize that it should be some correction at some point. So that's why I closed 80% of the trades. I waited until the correction is done, and then from this point I open again. Also, I took a look on this Ishimoku clouds, and we have this red line, which can be used as support or as resistance, depends which direction it is. So sometimes when I see on H4 it touches the line, then on H1 I see the third level. So it's basically the signal to go in again, finally, for the direction I usually use from the beginning for the trend.
That's very interesting because like it gives me those old school Haikenketsui vibes, how you trade the system. It means that the strategy, how it was initially, how I initially released the strategy and developed the strategy, those rules, they still work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, not
don't
so
need to
old.
overcomplicate it. We can use
Yeah.
basically, we have more systems now in place that make it also maybe easier for some people to trade the system, but it's just a fine-tuned version. It's still the same rules that we are
Yeah.
following,
Yeah.
and you are just sticking to the basics. So it's working for you, and this is what I really love about the strategy, that you don't need to trade the 2.0, you can stick to 1.0, you can also trade 2.0, you can also use the robot that we have now in order to get some inspiration and get some phenomenal trades sometimes. But it's all up to your personality, how you like the strategy best and how it's working for you. So you found
Yeah.
your horse, I would say, and
This is
it's
really
amazing to see. Yeah.
volatile with gold, because you all the time have these spikes, and when you have really high lot sizes, it's unpredictable. And if you don't really understand what's going on, and if you don't protect yourself, then you can do your account easily. Because, for example, here it was almost a change up, and here was the third level before. So on H4 we have seen the third level, but then it go down again.
So this is interesting also because what I noticed how you trade the strategy is, so the higher time frames, the directional bias is very important.
Yes, this is
Um,
the main thing what I'm looking at. It's higher time frames, and then I combine with lower lot sizes, and I does they trade with them.
that's amazing. Can you maybe show us some proof about what is real? Because to a lot of people, it would be unbelievable, because you said you turned 10,000 euros into 51,000, which is mind blowing to me also. And to
Yes.
a lot
So,
of people outside, like a lot of people won't believe, like it's play money, whatever. So can you show us a little bit?
yeah, now on my screen, I open MetaTrader, and on the top you see that it's live account.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the history, and for example, I click on the week, and you can see the profits during that week and the
Okay.
deposits.
Like, let's stop here a little bit and maybe explain people who never saw this kind of thing, what is going on here, to understand what they are seeing with the profit, with the withdrawal, with the deposit.
Yeah, first of all, I want to switch back to the day when I started to calculate, when I started to deposit. So it was the 2nd, not the 4th of February. So I choose the 2nd February
Mm-hmm.
until 18th. So we have specific date. And now
Ah,
we can see the whole history. And on the top, I will show like, okay, we have the deposits balance. deposit via card, and we can see on the right side that it was 300. This was the
3,000, yeah, 3,000.
balance. And then during the trading, so you see the trades closed in profit because it's blue, some in minus because it's red. And you see also blue ones on sell and minus one is on buy. This was the hedge, which I didn't close on time. So it got activated and I was sleeping. And I woke up in the morning and then I closed it.
Okay.
So then I also deposited a bit more because I had a really high volume. So I decided, okay, I can deposit more. So you see another deposit. Then you again see the profits, and then you see again another deposit.
Why did you deposit more and more? Like, what is the idea here for you?
Because if you have bigger balance, then you have more opportunities to trade. So I can open more trades, first of all, and higher lot sizes.
Because I also see that your lot sizes are still like pretty high
Yeah.
So they are like higher than I would usually suggest, or as I'm suggesting in our rule book. Why is that? Like, why do you feel so confident in putting those?
But at the beginning, you see, I started with 0.32. Yeah,
Yes.
it's okay high for 3K, but then I closed all the profits. So my balance was already bigger. And then I deposited more. So that's why I increased the lot sizes. And also at this point, all the momentum started. So the highest lot sizes, for example, here it's like 62, 72, 82. But later I will put like 1 or 2 even lot sizes. And these higher lot sizes mostly for these short trades. So I have main trades based on H4, and they're with lower lot sizes. So they're just running. And then if I do stock trading, if I put some short trades on M15 or something, I put higher time frames, higher lot sizes, sorry.
And do you use stop orders or do you place manually?
Manually.
So you enter in with market execution.
Yes, when I see, okay, momentum is going, I check, I see the entrance on M15, then I open a trade.
So how long is it like a trading session for you if like the momentum is going? Like how long does it take you?
It's usually starts from like 1 o'clock until maybe the active phase until 5. And then it's just running. So I check maybe once in half of an hour, just like in the background I have it, as you usually have on Instagram. You just open, check, okay, everything goes right, then you go away. Because I see the specific things, for example, margin level, if it's higher than 1,000, I'm okay, it can run. So I just check when, for example, on 1 hour time frame or 30 minutes time frame, I will see another third level. Then I check closely, like on lower time frames when I need to close a trade specifically.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting.
And you also can see, for example, all the trades, like all the profits, the quality of trades, and all
you have a lot of buys and sells. So do you also put the buys manually with market execution, or do you put buy stops?
The buys were exactly hedge trades with pending orders. That's why they got activated, and sometimes I was not on time to close them. For example, there was a case somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Buy on 0.61 and minus almost 966.
Okay.
This was which got activated or when American session opens, and it was just in a couple of minutes it started to drop.
Yeah,
and I noticed that. That's why I didn't close it earlier.
So you say, okay, you didn't notice. And the thing is, because a lot of people freak out, like if they see those red numbers and you even make mistakes, like you don't even notice something and you still can manage to to make money? Like, how important is it to
I
stay
had
focused?
I had maybe 2 or 3 hedge trades, and 2 of them I closed. But this one, I noticed because the movement happened in seconds. I can probably show you this moment on maybe if I can find it. It really happened in some seconds, in minutes. Yeah, this was. It
Mm-hmm.
started to drop. I mean, the previous candles were just so small, and then it started to drop. And I have many trades on the sell. That's why, all in all, I was in profit anyway. I was checking the amount. It was like 2,000, 3, 5. It grows, and then I was checking the trades. I was like, oh, this one is another direction. And then I realized that I didn't close the hedge trade
So
because I still was in profit. That's why I didn't
yeah.
notice. Like,
Yeah, so this is the thing why I also teach people, why we teach people in the course that hedge trading, because if you would do that with stop losses, it would never work.
yes,
Yes, so why do you like the way of hedge trading, of putting in counter positions? Why is it so crucial for you? Because as you said, what I understood is because you are on the right side of the movement, you have buys and sells. Like you are in your directional bias, you are on the sell side, you have more sells than you have buys, so it
yeah.
doesn't even matter if it drops, you will be making money although you have buys activated. So it's fine for you, right, to close the
Yes,
buy.
and it was specific time that I knew that something would happen. As we talked at the beginning, for this candle with these spikes for liquidity, you explained that it was needed for the market to make their movement up before it will go down. So I knew this will happen. That's why I didn't put so much hedge trades, but I still needed them because just in case if it will go so far, I still need something to protect. But if I will put stop loss, for example, I had one day, the previous day it was 5,000, in the morning it was minus 4k, and usually people will really, as you said, freak out, and they will see, okay, now it's in profit and I will close it as soon as possible because they're afraid that it will drop again. So they will close with this maybe 1k profit. But instead of closing at this moment, I let it run and made 20k.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
but
amazing.
it's emotionally it's really difficult because you one day you're in profit, you're like so happy, and then you're in minus, and you're happy that you have drawdown, and you also feel sad about this opportunity that you missed to make that 5k. And then, of
So
course, the first thing you will do, you will just close at least something to have it, to keep it.
what I noticed about you is because I tend to, if it's going into my direction, I know that it's important to let my winners run. But what I also do is I like to throw out the bad positions and let
Mm-hmm.
the good ones run. But as I see it with you, you are more willing to even add more to your position instead of closing it.
Yeah, because I see the movement goes. Why can't I make money? Because other trades are already in profit. They give me advantage because this profit goes to my balance, so I can open some more trades.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing, you really need to be sure what's going on. And if you open a short trade on M15, then you have to close it, not to think, oh, should I close it now or not? If you open, you should close.
Yeah. So what really people don't understand, like, because you talk about you really need to know what you are doing.
Yeah.
What you mean is, if you go on the higher time frames, you need to know your directional bias.
Yeah. And see,
But
later I opened positions with two lot sizes. Two lot sizes. I mean, I had like maybe 20k at this moment, but still two lot sizes.
yeah,
That's why it happened. That's why I made this money. But these trades were opened at close. I mean, I opened like 1620 and 1656. I already closed it. That's why I can make money with these short ones. But I still have the long ones running. I mean, long time frames.
Yeah, that's
because they show me what is going on, if it's still momentum or it's not, or something like here the correction came and I opened some trades for buy as well.
So
but I don't really like to trade against the trend. It's a bit too nervous.
Okay. Do you usually close out, like, do you like to close out the trades at the end of the New York session, or do you like to hold them also over days and weeks?
I'm trying to close 80% because the lot sizes are really high. And I leave some positions which are, according to risk management, is safe. Then I can leave them overnight. Because another movements happens also like between 6, 7, 8 a.m. So yeah, it also happened.
All right. So
and yeah, you see like the quality of trades is still going down. And then this happened. I withdraw the amount of money which I made. So
can you
at
show
the
it?
end, it was deposited 10,600, profit 41,790, and I withdraw on like 2 days ago 17,000.
Yeah, congratulations. That's amazing. That's like like you made so much money. A lot of people don't even make that much in a year. How
Yeah.
does it feel for you?
The thing is, at some moment I developed this emotional stability where I'm not so dependent on money, and for me it doesn't really matter if it's 1k or it's 41k, because it's still numbers. When I'm attached to these numbers, then I'm not able to do this big amount.
Yeah. So
Because then you're not thinking technically, and emotions are involved, and fears, and also some happiness like euphoria or something happened, which is like people can't really stand these emotions, and at this point they can't think logically and technically.
so for you, do you think you could also manage an account that is like 400,000, or would it be for you also a lot of pressure?
The only thing about this account for me, how to do it technically, for example, because these numbers, these lot sizes, they bring higher commission as well. This was for me something new, like these big commissions. And yeah, emotionally I can't handle this. It doesn't really matter, because now I know the strategy, I have a plan, I know what I'm doing, I have this kind of routine to make this money. Because all the people who became professional, they just know what they're doing, they exactly know what they need to do in this case or in that case, and then they can do their work good and make money, like the money they made. Here is the same, it's just another kind of skill set, and if you know what you're doing, then you can do it.
Yeah, that's
So it's
amazing.
just the question of practice. For me it was like that.
That's amazing. All right. You also have a lot of buys. Like, are those buys
It
buys
was
stop
already
orders?
it was already the end of the week, so we had that was this point. Just a second, I will show you. It was here. Where is it? So it was this part already. From here.
Yeah.
Because
So
at that point somewhere here, third level on daily appeared, and that's why I closed the main positions on sales and started to open some on buys.
So you are very flexible in changing your directional bias if the technicals change their direction. So you also change it. Yeah. Like, you don't look at emotion. You don't care if you are selling or buying.
No, not really. That's actually the main thing to do. Not really check the numbers so much, like how much profits you have, how much money you make, and so on. You check the specific things you need. You check the risk management, you check the margin level, and you check the charts. Because sometimes when you see these jumps, spikes, or whatever it happens during the day, you can get crazy because sometimes it's not in your direction and you get scared, and then you just close everything instead of be patient and wait until you will get profit. But you get scared, first of all, because you know you're not following the risk management, and the second, you're not sure what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you suggest someone who starts out how to approach trading?
The main thing is just to try as much as possible and try it on demo accounts. You can make as many accounts as you want, and different kind of accounts, like on 5,000, on 100, or 10,000. It doesn't really matter. You have to check everything. You have to understand how it feels. Every button you click, every movement it happens. You really need to understand what's going on. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, it's better to do on demo account. As more you do, as better you get.
So
It's not
practice
something
is very
magical.
important.
Yeah, it's not something magical which just suddenly happens. Okay, if I follow these rules, it all the time will be like that. It's market. It doesn't work like that.
People are not really familiar with, I would say most people are not really familiar still with the Heiken Ketsui system, with the HK system. Would
Mm-hmm.
you suggest this system over other systems to people, and why? Why do you like
As
this
you
and
see,
stick to it?
I'm still using the same system since 2017, and I didn't really check the updates this much because it works for me. I don't want to be more overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy, it's understandable, and it's possible to make some extra money as additional income at the beginning with this strategy. You can easily make 10% profit in a month. And this is normal strategy. Of course, what I did, it's something extraordinary, but I'm working on this daily. It's not my additional income. It's like my main income. That's why I'm doing it. So first of all, it's easy to understand. It's simple to execute, and it's not so overwhelming. For if you check other strategies and all the indicators which exist, it's so much information, you can get lost easily, and sometimes some indicators works in this case or doesn't work in other case, and you never know about the combination. And if you change just one thing, then all the strategy changes, and then you don't really know what you're doing again.
Yeah.
So it's easy to stuck with one strategy with some specific pairs, maybe at least like five, and then you trade with them. But also at the beginning, it's important to analyze as much as possible instruments. It could be currencies, it could be stocks, it could be crypto, or whatever it is, just to get used to all these technical things and
So
to
you say
understand
you can
them.
also use it for stocks?
I guess so. It's like it can be additional information. If someone is doing investment, for example, this strategy can be useful to see where is a good entrance point, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very nice to hear. Um,
And now with the bot, it became crazy because it helps much more. You don't need to analyze everything yourself. You already have some trades which bot opens, and then you can recheck yourself and see if you want to open this position as well. So it helps a lot.
yeah, it helps a lot, and it's definitely an improvement. But at the same time, you are also an example that if you just stick to the basic, it will still work. And this shows me that the power of the Heiken Ketsui system is pretty much like it's very universal. It means like it still works up to this day. It doesn't matter which version of it you use, because it is utilizing the momentum. It is based on momentum, the whole strategy, and is utilizing it for the trader to be on the right side of the trade. Because what I learned in some interviews is also what traders told me is it doesn't even matter if you trade against the trend. Some are die hard, they would say you have to trade with the trend, but for you it also doesn't really matter, because all that matters is as long as you know when to get in, and as long as you know when to get out, is all what really matters.
Yeah, because if you go to lower time frames, you also see the changes of the trend inside, for example, 1 hour or 4-hour time frame. So then you can do that. But I don't really like to do this much to trade against the trend, because you need to put more attention to it. You need to be really focused. You need to spend more time. You need to be really nervous in some kind of, because it's fast movement. You need to react fast, and you don't really have so much time to think what you're doing and to change your idea, for example, because if it's 4 hours or one day, you have like 4 hours or the whole day to close the trade if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
But if it's like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, no. And it's pretty difficult for the mind as well to keep all this information in your mind, and to pay attention on every detail. It's really difficult. And if you also have different instruments, different currency pairs, then it's much more information to analyze and react.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of information, and I'm pretty excited. Like I'm mind blown how you could turn a deposit of 10,000 into 51,000. This is like mind blowing to me, and congratulations you on that. I also had like some nice entries, because you know that I'm developing the system more and more. I'm trying to make it easier and more accessible to people. And some people like to use automation, some people like to use it manual. So it should be something for everyone. But what I noticed about the bot is that the bot does sometimes so good entries like you wouldn't believe, because the GBP CHF example I have, and the GBP CHF, my best trade on those whole trades that I put in there was the one with the bot. And this bot made actually, like, from the lowest point of the rally, he entered and he made like 520 pips, which is like completely insane. He took out the whole rally, and he entered for me when I was not even at the charts. And this is the amazing thing. Like, you have to check and manage if he's doing everything correctly, but sometimes he's finding those really amazing trades. And what I learned is, if I'm using the bot to inspire me for some nice trades, then I can copy them into my other accounts. If I really agree with what the bot just presented me as an opportunity. Sometimes really is some phenomenal trades that you can just copy into your other accounts. And that way I could also grow my account very nicely now. But to see that you consistently stood with Traderfriends over all these years and making these great results, truly that you can say from a PhD to a trader, is amazing.
Now with this view, I will show you.
So where you are right now?
I'm in Portugal, next to the ocean. Some people playing golf, and this is like the hotel, 5 stars, something, I don't really know. I checked because it's the ocean. And I can live wherever I want. I can move, and I still can trade, because the days I was trading, I was in one city, then another day I was in another city, and I have my phone all the time with me. So I was checking. So everything was okay.
That
Easily.
is
I
that
don't need
is
to be stuck at home in front of the screens.
that is amazing. So
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing to de-stressing yourself if things are going a little bit against you in trading, or if you have some bad trading days? What do you do?
Also, I was thinking about this moment now. I have not really bad days. I really had very good ones, but it's also stressful and it's a new experience as well. It's a lot of attention, it's a lot of nerves as well. So I think next week I will not be trading, like not at all, to adapt this new experience kind of on my life. So then it became normal, and then I can trade again and increase probably this um, amount which I make. So I just need to do almost nothing, or the things I like. I like to go out. I like to be next to the ocean, read, like everything not connected to trading at all, to work at all, just to see, okay, I can live normally now and not run and spend all the money as well because
Mm.
it's too much. I mean, you
Yeah.
need some kind of days a week to adapt this experience. Now it's yours. Now it's okay. It's normal. Because if you make some good money and then you immediately go and spend all of them, you're too excited still because it's like winning a lottery. You go and spend all the money instantly just because you're winning, because you think you will not do it again, and this is not the experience which will be adapted on yourself if you do it like that,
Mm.
because you still have this thinking that, oh, it's something unique, it will never happen again.
Yeah, I heard it from a lot of entrepreneurs also in interviews that one of the key things is to reward yourself, um, and give something back to you,
Yeah,
just to make you feel good, and not run after the money, like just running after the money for nothing, because you
yeah.
also need to learn, to reward yourself and be grateful for what happened and what you have. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
you live a life that a lot of people are dreaming of, which is amazing, to see you developing over all these years to that person that you are today. Um, and yeah, it's really inspiring to see, and I am really proud, and I'm also really happy that you make this development.
Thank you very much. And about reward, it's really important, but people need to understand what is reward for them. It's not just wasting money. Maybe you just need to take a bath. Maybe you need to take a walk. Maybe to go somewhere away from people for a couple of days. But it should be something which will bring back your energy, and then you can do it again easily.
I
It's very.
see, like you are going to the ocean a lot, right? Like just
And
looking
the
at the
thing is,
ocean.
most of the time I'm alone, and 90% of the time I'm spending time alone. I don't really allow other people to interrupt my quietness, because otherwise I will be so into all these emotions, drama, everything, news happening around. So I can't really trade like that. It happened with me last year, and I was not able to trade. I was losing money all the time. But later, I developed this routine for myself and my own circle where I feel comfortable, where I feel safe, I'm okay, and then I can trade like this amount easily. So
Yeah,
it's really important. Yeah.
that's some top tier advice, I would say, that a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people have to understand. Being a trader is also a very special career path, and one needs to find out what works out for them best personally, and have something in their back, like to escape and relax and re-energize, like a battery, right? So,
Yes, it's very
so
important.
yeah, you have to find your way. And I think for me it also helped a lot to move somewhere close to the sea, where I'm living on Cyprus, and have so much sunny days, like 330 sunny days in a year.
Helps.
Yeah, it helps really a lot, to, even if things go wrong, even if things go bad, like you still find it way easier to enjoy and be grateful for the things you have. But yeah, it's definitely a very special lifestyle. So yeah, so I would say we are at the end of the interview, and I really appreciate it. Would you like to say something else for the end of this?
I think we discussed really a lot, and we discussed a lot of technical details. We also mentioned some emotional ideas, which is really important to implement. And I just don't really want to talk this much anymore. And I wish people will start doing things and practice more, and then they can ask questions themselves. Instead of listening all this information, they start doing and practicing. This is the best thing to do.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Angelina. And I wish you the best in your future and happy trading.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.